Okay, we're live here at Portland Studios. We are broadcasting to you from the future, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks out of the year. What we're showing you now is watercolor brushes. Oh yeah. By the way, this is Justin Gerard of Portland Studios from the future. If you'll rewind, you'll know that from the future. The brushes we're using now were created from actual splotches, not fake splotches, but actual splotches that I threw onto a paper. I got a huge canvas, 14 feet wide, and then dumped paint from the roof of the building onto that canvas. The resulting splatters I have scanned into the computer, and that is what you're seeing before your eyes now. They perfectly mimic watercolor effects if the watercolor was to have been done by a retarded ape. But I think that is excellent, really, because that is the mood I want to get across in my work. As an artist, it's very important to me to look like an animal out of the zoo with a mental handicap, because I think that's part of being an artist. It's a special part of being an artist, and at Portland Studios, we're all about first of all zoo animals, and second of all experimental watercolor techniques from rooftops. Other artists in the studio will do the whole, douse a goat in blue paint and then roll them up in a canvas and then, take the goat out and then frame the canvas and sell it to somebody in Manhattan. And that's their business, not mine. What I'm doing now is a salt effect. Those of you who have used watercolor in the past and have dumped salt on it will recognize instantly that this is a perfect representation of salt. Like, when I made this brush, I passed out for 3 days because I could not believe what an accurate representation of salt it was. Now, in this demo here, I thought maybe I'll do like a stormy seascape, because artists, we do that sort of stuff all the time, stormy seascapes, because our life is a storm and we're out on the sea being tossed as artists, barely able to scrape by in this cold, cruel world, living off of only double cheeseburgers and biggie fries. And you may laugh. You very well may laugh, but it's not easy living off of double cheeseburgers. The brush that I'm using now, now that I'm using, is more of a gouache brush. I don't like gouache at all in real life, but in digital, since I don't actually have to wait for it to dry, it's great, which is awesome about digital. See, none of these paints have to dry right now. I'm not waiting. Look at me, whoa, I'm painting and it's not drying, whoa. Which is why digital is superior. So there, it's superior. I said it. And these brushes, again, I've got a huge brush now. It's not just a small gouache brush. Large gouache brush here to make clouds. This set here is ideal for all of us who want to paint seascapes. And really, that's all we do is paint seascapes and eat double cheeseburgers, which really is the American dream that Theodore Roosevelt spoke of. And here I am pursuing that American dream with my watercolor brush set. I want you now, listener and viewer, to imagine yourself with that same double cheeseburger and these brushes, and you painting a stormy sea. Imagine what it's like. Imagine being on a ship in that stormy sea with your double cheeseburger. It's just you, the fish, and these brushes as your only friend. Okay, this is an old trick I like. I like to fill a scene with a normal layer and then take down the opacity. And what happens there is you've been given a great underpainting with all that nonsense that I just did, which really was ridiculous. Once you put the normal layer on to something like this, and then sort of take the opacity down, then you can start going in with much more definitive detail. It's sort of like if you do a rough sketch with like a 6H or a 4H pencil. It doesn't show up very dark, and then kind of blur it out a little bit, smudging it, and then go back over it with, you know, an HB or a 2B. You can start to get in much more definitive lines, and it gives you kind of like a good underpainting. And it's great to have that underpainting there. It gives such a authenticity to it, a great framework for building something much stronger on top.